Welcome, one and all. We are back yet again for another week of Twisted Transitions. What's happening, my people? What's happening, fellas and ladies? If you're in here, welcome. We basically just come here to chit chat about all things DJ related, and I've got a great show for you guys today. We got a lot to talk about, and I like great interaction with you guys on here, so I'm going to be asking some questions to you guys. So make sure you leave some information and stuff in the chat to let me know that you guys are on point, that you feel the same way or you disagree. I already see I've got somebody who disagrees with the fact that I'm going live. I get to see that now. That's a new feature that just recently came out. Look, I'm not for everybody, but I like to get on here and chat with you guys because this is my way of answering a lot of those questions that you guys send me. And so I start directing people directly to the Thursday night live streams so that we can chit chat and talk about it. So if you're watching this on replay, welcome. Thank you for clicking on the video. But it's nothing's better than being live. When we're live, everything happens right at that moment. So, see if you could take the time out just on Thursdays, 7 p.m. EST to join us. You can set a reminder just so you know when we come on so you don't miss the show. So, all right. The first topic that I want to get into is, first I want to say that I didn't have a gig last weekend, and I don't have one this coming up weekend, so nothing really to talk about as far as upcoming. I did speak with all my brides for August, which I have 3 brides for August, so we are going to be jam-packed after this coming up week. So definitely fasten your seatbelts and stuff for that, because that just means more content. I have been working on other things as well. A couple of these events have been asking for additional things that I have had to put in a little bit more effort to make sure that it happens. So you know how it goes. So first thing I want to talk about today is music. All right. The second half of the year, I don't know if you guys saw my IG post and stuff. Let me put it up there just in case you guys don't follow me on IG. You probably haven't seen my IG post, but my IG post and stuff over the last few days have been just, all things that I've been doing. And one of the things that I've been doing is downloading a lot of new music. Now, one of the things you guys ask me for a lot is, where do I get my music? Well, there are a plethora of places for you to get music. I use a certain category of those options. But I also picked up, I wanted to tell you guys that, that DJ Jordan Lee, he has a Patreon that allows you to be able to access some of his edits. And if you've never heard Jordan Lee and you don't trust what I'm saying initially, I really highly suggest that you go check him out on YouTube. It's spelled just how it sounds, Jordan Lee. His mixes are incredible. They sound great. It's just he's more relatable to stuff that we as mobile DJs do. He's a club DJ, but he doesn't really go hard. He just is really kind of laid back with his mixes, and they're really good. But he has a Patreon that he has a lot of edits and stuff too. Tons and tons. He's got so many edits. I would definitely go check him out. I think it's under his Instagram page as well for you to check him out. And I got a lot of music from him. And of course, I get a lot of music from BPM Supreme. I get a lot of music from Direct Music Service. Direct Music Service just dropped some throwbacks and stuff that I hadn't heard in a while. So I definitely copped those. So definitely, look at Direct Music Service as well as look at Heavy Hits. Heavy Hits is always great. They usually have a lot of acapella ins, acapella outs if you guys mix like that. If you don't, I mean, they still have some great music and stuff for you. Really more on the EDM side, but they do have a good bit of hip hop in there if you want to check them out. And also Crate Connect. Crate Connect has a lot of music, and it keeps saying on the site that they're going to be revamping the site, but I hadn't seen that yet, but hopefully they do that. But Crate Connect, they've got a lot of music as far as like original versions. They've got a couple of mixes and stuff to most songs, but it's mainly just the original version. So those are your options and stuff that I have if you ever wanted to look those up. But in my search for music, I found some great music from artists that you already know have come out. But let me just show you this. So the first artist that I found some great music from is Beyonce. So Beyonce has about, I want to say this. I listened to this album back and forth twice, and I want to say that she probably had about 5 to 6 really great dance songs on here. Probably 2 of those would be in the good category, but definitely 4 of those were great dance songs. So if you haven't checked out her new album, definitely do so. It has a 90s feel and stuff to it. She's got a lot of great music and stuff on there. And of course, if you're not playing Break My Soul right now, then I don't know what you're doing. You're going to see that on videos coming up. I'm going to find a way to incorporate that in what I'm doing and throw that in, because that is a bona fide banger. So yeah, definitely check out Beyonce's new album. Then of course, next up we've got, of course, Drake's album. Honestly, Nevermind. Now I've had to re-listen to this one a few times, just to see if I could find some stuff. This is more, the whole album is more like a chill vibe. But he does have a couple of songs that have been redone on some of these record pools, and the way it sounds on there, you could probably use them for some dance sets, or maybe even just for like some background, not at weddings, but like background at like a party or something like that. But he doesn't have a whole lot of bangers on there, but he did give you more of a mellowed out album for you to listen to. Next song, not really a whole album, but next song is the Usher and City Girls song. Now, this song is a remake of a lot of different songs. Like, I've heard this song remade a few times. Back in the 90s, they used to use it at the skating ring for like the song Freak It. But it just sounds great with this new updated version, and the fact that Usher kind of mellows out the City Girls and stuff on there to where it's not too raunchy. It's a great dance song for you to add to your repertoire. So if you have not added it, I would definitely do it. You're probably not going to play the whole song on there, so you're probably going to need the short edit of it if you can find it. All the record pools that I have searched for, or that I use, have this track. So if you use any of those record pools, you shouldn't have a problem finding that. Next artist we have, I believe, is Jack Harlow. Jack Harlow has he has a couple of bangers and stuff on him, man. Like, I slept on Jack Harlow, I'm not gonna lie. I heard a couple of his radio tracks and stuff like that, and they were decent. But then when he came out with that, what is that? Like the remake with Fergie's song "Glamorous," and I started incorporating that in the beginning of June. I listened to a little bit more. I took time to listen to his album, and he's probably got about 3 more songs on there. I'll give you one as an example. That Dua Lipa song that he's got is pretty good. There's several versions in the record pools that I highly recommend that you jump in and take a look at. But it's not bad. It's not bad. I mean, like I said, these albums are not going to have, full cuts that we can play, but just trying to give you guys some music options for the second half of your DJ season, because we're, approaching that. So I'm going to incorporate some more Jack Harlow in there. I'm going to figure out a way and just bring him to a new light. All right, next artist we got on here is Doja Cat. Now, I know Doja Cat's been out for a while, and Doja Cat has a fantastic production team. It's not really what she's saying. Her hooks are very catchy. Even when she's featured in songs, her hooks are very catchy. I'm going to bring more Doja Cat to life at some of these functions because it does kind of have a dancey, vibe and stuff to it. She's got a lot of upbeat music and stuff on her latest album. If you guys have not tried that, but Doja Cat has a lot of great music and she's featured in a lot of great music. So definitely give her a listen. And I don't think you'll be disappointed with that at all. But it does look like that music is going more towards that old dancey vibe. I was worried about it because, a lot of that trap music stuff was, it was kind of getting repetitive, and it was like, God, I can't play any new songs because they're all terrible. Now, you're giving me something to work with. You're giving me some new songs that sound like old songs that you can mix with old songs. And now that just opens up a whole new can of worms. So highly recommend you guys checking those out. I check all of those out on Apple Music first. Apple Music, I believe, it's not too much for you to have, but it's a great way to be able to grab music first, listen to it, and you can listen to it while you're driving and stuff like that, just so you can just kind of get the vibe from it, see what you want to pull from it. And like I said, these record pools do a good job of making sure they have the latest and greatest. So that is that. You guys check in and stuff on the chat and let me know. Let me just check the chat here. I got DJ G5. What's up? Grayson, you and our presence. Oh man, I appreciate that. Let me know and stuff if you can hear me okay. If you're feeling me, let me know and stuff in the chat so I can make sure that all my levels and everything are fantastic. All right, so moving right along, we are going to talk about next. We're going to talk about wedding attire. Now, let me see where this is. I think I had a clip here. Here we go. All right, so I just want to talk to you briefly about wedding attire because this came up as a question to me in Instagram here, so I wanted to throw this up here, and I got a few examples here, but there's a whole bunch of different opinions and everything out there about wedding attire. Some people like to say that it should be uniform. Some people like to say that you have to be in certain stuff. Some people say you have to wear stuff for branding and all this stuff. Here's my thoughts. This image that you guys see up here is me and while I'm DJing, pretty much after all the formalities and stuff is done. This is just about what I look like every single time afterwards. Now I've come out, I have a full button-up shirt, and of course I have suit pants and stuff on. But I mean, I look pretty much like this for the most part. I mean, I don't, I start off, of course, with the full out suit and all that stuff, but I don't end up that way. So, I mean, the way I start looks like this. So I'll usually come out with something like this. Now, some people say, oh, that's too much. Some people don't do ties. Some people do t-shirts. Some people do polo shirts. Some people do just the shirt and the tie and pants. Some people just do the shirt and the pants. And look, it's all a preference. As long as you are not outdoing the bride and her bridesmaids and her wedding party and her mom and her dad, you're not, wearing, something crazy or some bright suit. I think you should be fine. I've seen some people DJ weddings. Hell, I used to DJ outside weddings with a polo shirt. I'll just tuck it in and have slacks on. And that's the way I went. I just feel like there's really not a full attire here. I even thought about going this route here. So my man 50 Cent, man, he always has a great style, man. So this is just a suit with a t-shirt and some white sneakers. I think that right there should get the job done at a wedding. I think you could make multiple combinations and stuff with that. I think that would, I don't really see brides having a problem with how that looks. I don't have a problem with how that looks. I think that actually is probably that may be the way that I go and stuff, because it's too hot and stuff out here, man. It's too hot in these buildings. You get these small rooms, and then you're putting 175 people in a small room, and you're about to die back there. So I would definitely recommend something for comfort level for you that's still like a dressy like attire, that you're not in there just wearing like a wife beater or something like that. You pretty much have like a t-shirt up under it. Just something just plain. It doesn't say any words. It doesn't have any logos or anything like that on it. I think the branding part of it should maybe be when you're setting up. I wouldn't wear anything branded while you are playing. I think that you should have something that allows you to be able to showcase your branding, whether it be a business card, something on the back of your laptop, or something like that while you're DJing. But for the most part, your branding should just be something minimal, not on your person. That's just my thoughts. So you guys let me know in the chat what you guys normally do for dressing up for your events. And is it a demographic area? I mean, a geographic area, excuse me. Is it based on where you stay at? Do people in California wear different stuff than people in New York? Do people, over in the South and Mississippi dress different than the people in Minnesota? Things like that. So let me know what you guys know. Like, what do you wear 60% of the time? What are you wearing? Or 80% of the time, what are you wearing at your weddings? Just curious just to see if you guys are on the same page and stuff as I am. Let me check the chat out and stuff here. Hold on one second. Here we go. All right, the chat says always wear a tie and a dress shirt. All right, Denny D, where are you from? Let me know where you're from so I can see if that's a geographic area. Is that just that area, or is that just universal? DJ G5, I do the suit and the sneakers, but I ask permission first. Generally, I wear suits and I dress to impress. Nothing wrong with that. By the end of the night, how impressed is everybody with your clothing? I'm just asking. Just asking. How impressed are everybody at the end of the night when it's time to pack up? What do you usually have? Yes, the area matters. Texas boots and a jacket. Oh, man. See, that's what I mean. See, everybody has something completely different. In Texas, I mean, I couldn't get away with boots. I couldn't get away with boots here. Well, maybe it's just because I would never wear boots. But, I mean, your geographic area would make that difference. All right, so Denny D is from Maryland. So in Maryland, it sounds like it's pretty much the same thing as what we have here. DJ G5, you plead the fifth. See, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. You're pleading the fifth because at the end of the night, it's not about the flash. We all gonna look the same at the end of the night. And do you guys bring a change of clothes to take down your setups? That's another great question. Do you guys bring a change of clothes or just hop back in the clothes that you use to set up in to break down your setups? Let me know that in the chat as well. All right, moving right along. Next thing I want to talk to you guys about, it came from DJ Idea Sharing. I get good stuff from here, man. I love talking to you guys about this stuff. So let me read this to you. It says, big props to DJ Barr and Rick Webb and everyone else who has it down on how to get good pictures and video footage of their events. This is a picture of me trying pretty much to get a picture of the sparks and everything on here. So I'm not going to read the whole thing here, but this is what I was talking about last week and the week before. So it's, in order to sell your add-ons and stuff, as far as for your weddings, you're going to have to get footage and stuff like this. You're going to have to do exactly what this gentleman is doing, unless you have a great relationship with a photographer or videographer. You're going to definitely need to be able to get images, because today's bride and groom are different than the past. In the past, you could talk your way into an add-on. Today's couple, they necessarily don't get what you're saying. So for the most part, you have to visually show them and then say, hey, do you want this? And if you can just give them that wow factor, you probably more than likely will sell that add-on. So Cold Sparks is one of those. Now, I would definitely recommend a better picture than this. But this is what he said. He said that, this was the best shot that he can get on here. But definitely build relationships with videographers and photographers, because they are the ones who are going to be in front of that. They're going to have the front line on that, and they're going to capture the best image of that. And all you need, and if you got to pay for it, it's worth it, because it's advertisement and stuff for you. All you have to do is tag them on it or put their name on it and let them know that they're the ones that took the picture. But still, you're showing this to your couples, and you're generating more income with add-ons by doing that one step. So definitely all your add-ons, everything that you consider an add-on, uplights, photo booth, monogram, Cold Sparks, TVs, all of that, you need video. Now, before, you could probably get away with just pictures. This day and age, I would suggest videos. If you can get a video of it, and a great video, not just something on your phone that looks like amateur hour. If you can get a videographer to really put something together and stuff for you, or just hire a videographer yourself for that day, it's worth it. It's worth it, so that you can continue to sell your add-ons. So that's why I wanted to bring that post and everything up to you guys. And I had another one. Let's see. I had another one here, because this is another great topic to talk about that I wanted to discuss with you guys. So pretty much in this one, it says, I guess the DJ is Sam, and this is a bride talking back to the DJ. So it says, I hope all is well. Our apologies on the long delay getting back to you to set up a new wedding date. The last year has been quite hectic for us. Unfortunately, at this time, we have decided to cancel the wedding ceremony plans, and for the foreseeable future. We want to thank you for your time, patience, and understanding through these stressful and uncertain times brought about by COVID. Despite not having had the reception, our praise of you and your services could not be higher, and we would not hesitate to recommend you to our family and friends. When the need arises, you will be our first call for entertainment. It was truly a pleasure working with you, and thank you for all your help. Please let us know how to proceed with recouping the deposit. Now, you could see why I put this up here. Now, all that other stuff on there didn't matter until she got down to that last line. That last line where it says, please let us know how we can proceed with recouping the deposit. You guys, when you send out information and stuff to these couples, and, in this day and age, cancellations happen all the time. You need backup and stuff in your paperwork to make sure that you are keeping your deposits. For the most part, you should be keeping your deposit. There should be no recouping of the deposits, because the couple pretty much put the deposit down for you to hold that date. That means that you had to, unless you're a multi-op, you've held that date for that couple, and that's what that charge and stuff is for. You should not be returning deposits and stuff to customers. Now, I know that when we hit the pandemic, it was a little different based on the circumstance, and you had to take that one on a case by case. But now that we're fully open, You should definitely have this literature and stuff in your paperwork. It should be on there, and you should be definitely disclosing that to your couples on that, and then highlight it. I've had to do it a couple of times. A couple of people have backed out of the function, and it's fine. But I can't give you back your deposit because I held that date for you, especially if it's a prime date. There are some months that there are no exceptions. When it comes to April and May, and for some people September, October, and November, there are no exceptions for those days. Those are busy, busy, busy months, and you could have been rebooked for that. So that should definitely be in your paperwork. Steve's Wedding says, do not use the word deposit, use non-refundable booking fee. I mean, you can explain it to them that way, but you could put it, however you say it. You and I know that it is deposits. I mean, I'm just using that because it's easier for everybody to understand. But it should be in your paperwork. I know I definitely have that on there. Now, when it comes to if a couple has paid for the full wedding, and then they decide to cancel, which I've had that before too. And in that situation, you guys may not do it the same way I do, but what I do is, if somebody, like I had a bride who already paid for her June wedding for next year. And I just take that money and I put it over in my savings account and I just let it sit there. The reason being is because if they decide to cancel at any time, or if they decide to switch DJs or whatever they decide, I will refund them their booking money, the money that they've paid for the full reception, but they will not get back the deposit. They will not get that back. So you definitely want to make sure you have at least that amount and stuff on hand. I know it's aggravating. It's aggravating to me. I can't stand holding on to that because I have to remember that. This is one more thing to remember, but that's the beauty of Honeybook. You can put a lot of stuff in Honeybook to remind you and let you know that, hey, this couple has paid. Money is in the savings account. This is how much is in your savings. Oh, it's just beautiful. I love Honeybook. Let me know in the chat what you guys think, if you guys do it different. I just wanted to bring that up so that I make sure that I'm clear on my stance on those two subjects. So we just pretty much just talked about how to get more add-ons with the visual part of it. And then we talked about making sure that you retain your deposits and refund the full amount, if not of your deposit. If they pay for you in full ahead of time, then make sure that you refund them something. Some people have the way they only refund half. Me personally, I think it's fair if you refund them the whole thing. You didn't complete the service, you didn't do it, but the deposit, you never get that back. That once that changes hands, we're bonded, pretty much. You guys let me know your thoughts. Let me check the chat out here. Yes, should be in contract. Absolutely. Yes, change clothes is a must. Oh, that's back to the clothes thing. Non-refundable deposits due to contract signings. And yeah, these are all great answers and stuff here. All right. So, let me see. On to the next thing here. Let me see here. I told you I had some good stuff for you guys today. Let me see the next thing here. Oh, here we go. So the next thing here is the DJ Expo is upon us. So the DJ Expo is next week. And let me just tell you that if you haven't gone to it, definitely go to it. If you have the opportunity to do so. I do not think I will be there. But that could change. If some stuff moved around over the weekend, I may be able to change that. If I do go, I'm probably looking at Tuesday and Wednesday to go, or just Wednesday. But like I said, the way flights and stuff are, that's the iffy part. I would definitely have to fly out there and fly back. and stuff. So it just depends on this weekend. If I can make it happen and put something together this weekend, I definitely will. But you guys definitely need to go. You need to check it out. You could see here in this photo, it's a great time. You can meet all your favorite content creators and just other DJs in general, because let me tell you, you never know how many people share your same passion until you go to one of these things. And when I say share the same passion, like are very passionate. And you can, of course, if you're a geekhead as far as gear, then you'll be geeking out the whole time that you're there. There's nothing but nuggets here. Just imagine all the knowledge and questions that you have been having in your head, and there's a class for each one of those questions. Like, it's crazy. So I would definitely suggest going there if you have not gone before. Take an opportunity to at least do that and forge some new relationships. You never know, somebody, a lot of people are in your area and you have no idea, and they are there. So I didn't learn about this until I started doing YouTube, and those things kind of came up. Those questions came up. I didn't even know this existed, and I've been DJing for 12 plus years. So I had no idea that this type of stuff existed, and it is a great opportunity. I really wish I would have known this all along. I probably would have made it a yearly thing, but sometimes stuff does come up, and that's the week right before my birthday too. So Leo season is upon us. So I'm not saying that's the reason I'm not gonna go, but I mean, this is my birthday week, the weekend before. So I don't know, who knows? Atlantic City is not a bad place to celebrate your birthday. All right. So, I mean, that's all that I had for you guys as far as, just things I wanted to go over myself. But definitely, now's the time for you guys to ask any questions and stuff do you have. I wanted to, talk for the first 30 minutes and then talk to you guys for the second 30 minutes and see what's happening with you guys. So what do you guys think about the Expo? Who's going to the Expo? I know a lot of the content creators will be there. And I think they're doing a panel and all that stuff too. So who's going to the Expo? Who would be a first time goer to the Expo? Let me know that in the chat. Let me get some water. And while you're doing that, I'm going to talk about Wiz Khalifa too. While I'm waiting on you guys to come into the chat here. So let me talk about Wiz Khalifa. Apparently this is like a big topic here. And this just happened, I believe, over the last weekend. So Wiz Khalifa, if you don't know, he was doing a album release party. And he heckled the DJ that was there. I guess his normal DJ wasn't able to be there, and they had a substitute DJ and MC there. And they were not getting Wiz's cues and everything right for him, because I guess that's like a whole ordeal. It's almost like the verses where, you're going to play a couple of songs. He's already given you the update on stuff, but you can just tell that there was a lack of communication between them two, because like all the footage and everything that I saw, it looked like he was just totally unhappy with the team in general. Every time they played something, they would cut it early. They would play the wrong song. And apparently these were actually good DJs. I've never heard of the DJs that he ended up using. But one of the things he did, he just really bad-mouthed them, really, really bad on the clip. He knocked one of the guys' hats off of his head. And he was just bad-mouthing them to the crowd. And, you got a room full of, 300 people there. If a fight broke out right there, I'm not saying a DJ is going to fight Wiz Khalifa, but if a fight broke out right there, like that, I mean, the way that this room was set up, it was people everywhere. It was people surrounding the booth. There was no mark off or anything like that. Like he was right inside the people. So if the DJs had friends or anything like that was going to be a crazy situation. It was going to get out of hand real fast. But I guess what I want to ask you guys is if, if you're doing a function, and let's just say a local artist or an artist, has you do it, and you're a little nervous and stuff. This artist may be on the grander stage, may be a little bit of a big deal. If that person badmouths you over the microphone, what would you do? Would you retaliate with words? Would you retaliate physically? Would you badmouth him on social media? Would you do both? Would you do all? What would you do? In my situation, in that situation for me, I'm not going to put hands and stuff on anybody because, that just doesn't solve anything. But when he knocked the guy's hat off, I probably would have just said, forget it right then and there. I'd have said, up, yo. You're not going to knock my hat off. That's really close to pushing and going over the line. So I probably would have just stopped right there and said, it is what it is. Took my laptop or tell everybody I'm out. Just had to lose that money, and it would have been interesting. They probably would have, had a lot to say and stuff about that. But you can't invade my space, and then you can say what you want to say, but you just can't invade my space. So that's my thought on it. What's you guys' thought on it? What do you think you would do in a situation and stuff like that? I wish I had the clip and stuff of it. Let me take G5's thing down real quick. There we go. So yeah, let me know what in the chat what you guys would do in those situations and stuff like that. And it's a couple of people I've been seeing in the DJ idea sharing thing is they're not going to play Wiz Khalifa and stuff anymore. I'm like, I don't know if I would go that far. Only people I don't play is people who have done something that you can't take back. Stuff like that, like some stuff real bad, like maybe killed somebody or did something they weren't supposed to do to another human being, something like that. Maybe I would stop playing them and stuff then, but not in this instance. Wiz has a lot of decent music, so I would definitely still play him. I don't play him that often, but I'm sure in his area he gets a lot of love and stuff like that. So I don't know. I wanted to just briefly talk about that, put that out there. It's not. I've only been in one other situation and stuff like that, and I did have because I used to DJ at the comedy house here, so I had a lot of big name comedians come out, and they only give you like 10-20 minutes to queue up their music, and we didn't go through any rehearsal. They just kind of told you, and then they went up on stage. So if you worked it, you would do it like within their 3 sets. You would kind of understand how they wanted it done. But that first time going around, you're going to mess that up because you're not going to remember everything they say and stuff. I kind of have been in that situation to that extent, but nobody has ever come out of pocket and stuff to me, so I've never had to do that. Mr. Valerino said he would walk. He is out of there. No, thank you. I hear you. I think that's the best solution, just to walk it off and ride off into the sunset. But yeah, you guys let me know. Ask any questions and anything you may have. We got a few people and stuff in here. Thank you guys for joining the chat and everything. We got about 20 minutes and stuff in here for you guys to ask any questions that you would like. I know you could have been watching football. I think football starts tonight too. It's like the Hall of Fame game, but you could be over here because nobody's playing in that game. All the starters are sitting. So I can't wait till football season come up. I'll probably extend the show over an hour, just because I'm a huge football guy. So maybe I could talk about some football stuff as well, because I know all the DJs in here love that stuff too. So, DJ Kurt Nice, Bootleg Kev said the DJs and the hosts were terrible. Well, if that's the case, you got to remember you're using a replacement, and yeah, that's what you got on short notice. If it's the artist, though, you take, you still don't kill them while you're up there on stage. You don't drag them and stuff while you're on stage. I think as the artist, you tell your promotion guy, or you tell that, hey, the venue, we just gonna, let me talk to them and get stuff together. Something along those lines. I know everything is live and stuff right there, but something along those lines. Benny Black, do you believe in aliens? What kind of what? Okay, I just had to put that up there because I saw that. I don't know why Benny Black was. No, I don't believe in aliens. I'm pretty sure if there is something, we would have seen something. What an interesting question to ask on a DJ show. Yes, DJ Solstice. I did watch Nope. I thought it was pretty good. The reviews are kind of mixed. A lot of people didn't understand it. A lot of people were like, yeah, we liked it. That it was not a real thing. It was not an alien. It was more like an object. So yeah, I thought it was great. I thought it was great. I don't think it was supposed to be a horror flick. I think it was supposed to be a sci-fi flick, and I enjoyed it. That was a recipe for disaster, set up for failure. I agree. Definitely set up for failure. Because, what if he didn't give him the right music or anything like that to begin with? Or what if he gave it to him and it was out of order and he wanted to do it a certain way? Or what if he gave it to him and there was files everywhere? We don't know. DJ Solstice, it was way too deep, I feel, but better than his other one, Us. Not as good as Get Out. Us was actually pretty good too. I just like Jordan Peele and as a whole. I like Jordan Peele. He makes some pretty creative stuff. I like when people are creative and can hold my attention. He held my attention the entire movie. Even in the beginning when it was a little bit slower, I think he was just setting us up, and then it just kind of picked up the second half. But it was really good. He had some entertaining stuff and some freakish stuff in there. I thought it was pretty good. Not gonna lie. I do want to apologize for the last gig log. My last gig log that I had out. Apparently, a lot of you guys reached out and told me that error message kept coming up, and I went back and looked at the footage of it, and for some reason it didn't tell me this when I exported it, but it looks like in the beginning where I was transitioning between clips and stuff, the transition that I had on there kept reading the error, and I kept using it. So once I stopped using it and went to my other transitions, not music wise, this is all editing, that's when it stopped giving that error message on the screen. So my apologies for that being on there. I should have gone through that again. I think by that time I was pretty exhausted trying to go through all that video footage. Believe me, guys, it's a lot of footage. I record about 3 hours. Well, I want to say maybe about 2 hours. 3 hours might be too much, but I record about 2 hours worth of footage that I have to go through and find the best parts to be able to create those gig logs. Those gig logs, they take a while. They take a while to make and create. So when you see me have them in a row, you know that was a lot of editing, a lot. And lately I've been doing a lot of editing. I've had to take a break from looking at computer screens because it's wearing my eyes out and stuff with all the editing that I had to do. I've been doing more music stuff lately. Speaking of which, the fact that I've been doing more music stuff, make sure you check out my Mixcloud, because with me doing that, I've created the 3 new lists that I'm just going to put on Mixcloud, and I'm hoping to do all 3 on Sunday. hopefully on Sunday, this coming up Sunday, I'll be able to release 3 new mixes on Mixcloud. I'm trying to get these things down. Wolf Mix. Why can't I think right now? Wolf Mix video. Hopefully should be out next week. Probably will be on Wednesday because I think I have one more gig log to show on Tuesday, and then Wolf Mix should come out on either Wednesday or Thursday. We also will have the live stream next week. See, Joyful Sound Entertainment. See, he's still waiting too. Yeah, I mean, you guys got to understand there's a lot of editing that happens with that, and I'm, trying to make a entertaining video at the same time and educational at the same time. So, like I said, be prepared. It's like a 30-minute video. So just be prepared. You guys wanted it. I'm going to give it to you. It's got a lot of info. And it's got a lot of visuals so you can actually see it. So that's what took me so long. I had to get some of the visuals of everything that I was talking about on there. Let me see. Anything else that I got coming out? I can take down this Mixcloud thing here. There we go. All right, so you make sure that down in the description below that you guys are following Twisted Transitions. I had a problem with Twitch for some reason. Today was supposed to be the first day of going on Twitch and Twisted Transitions. But when I tried to set it up to go to Twitch, it didn't let me. So I'm going to have to look at that. I'm going to have to take a look at that maybe tomorrow and see what happened. But the plan is to move the show over to Twitch and Twisted Transitions. So I left a link down below in the description for you guys to follow my Twisted Transition page on YouTube, so I can put the full show over there and then have the Twitch show run at the same time, because I know if you're not watching Twitch, there's so many DJs on Twitch, so many talk shows and stuff on Twitch, and I think I'm going to just jump on that community and stuff as well. So content overload here in August. Hopefully it all comes out. If it doesn't come out, it's because something happened. Not to me, but something happened to footage. It may not be ready. Something didn't upload right. Something didn't do right. So like I'm telling you, it should come out, but don't hold me to it. I have most of it edited, so it should be right. So we got about 10 minutes, or about 10 to 12 minutes and stuff left in the chat. You guys ask any questions that you may have. Thank you to the folks who are already in here. Valeriano. Appreciate you shouting out my stuff, man. It's a lot of work. So I got the microphone way too high. I looked at that just now. There we go. Yeah, see, Joyful Sound said he's still waiting on the tutorial. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. You guys are going to love it. Hopefully. I'm hoping. No new gear and anything like that to talk about. You'll see a lot of new gear next week when it comes to the Expo. If you are going, you'll see a crap ton of new gear. That's one of the great things about them. Also, if you stay up there till Thursday, I think that's when the last day is. Thursday evening, when all the vendors are taking down stuff. That's when you can. I'm just teaching you a couple of secrets and stuff here. That's when you can get your hands on some of the products that they offer for cheaper. I got a keyboard stand that they were selling for like $75. I got it for like $25 just because they don't want to take it with them. I got a jetpack bag. Those guys will be there. Normally it's like 100 and some odd change for it, and I think I got it for like 70 or 80 bucks, something like that. Just because they don't want to take the bags, and sometimes they'll give it to you. Sometimes, I saw a couple people they were giving free items. Rock and roller carts. That's something I'm definitely gonna need. Yeah, I'm probably gonna need a new rock and roller cart. My rock and roller cart has is just about to bite the dust. The arms and stuff on it are loose, so I'm probably gonna need to go ahead and update that soon. But yeah, definitely if you make it until Thursday, if you stay up there till Thursday, just check them out after the main floor is open. What we got here? Keep it clean coming. I've learned a lot from shows like yours, just trying to grow. All right. Going, not clean, so. Oh, keep it going, not clean. I got you. I understand. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Picking up what you're putting down. I am going to do different formats and stuff for these gig logs and stuff just to switch it up. I want to change up a couple of things on there. I may even get a new intro. I mean, I like the intro I have now, but eventually I will probably have to change that and update that coming up here soon as well. All right, so I'm opening up the floor to you guys. This is the time for you to go ahead and ask. I'll try to give you the quickest answer that I can give you possible so I don't take up too much time and answer more questions. So please feel free to ask, whatever questions you may have. I would highly suggest staying away from speaker versus speaker. I mean, we asked that question on every single show. So let's try something different. You could try lights. You can try mixers. You could try all of that stuff. Just give me something different other than speaker versus speaker. Anything. All right, so I got my first question here. Well, not first question, but you know what I mean. Business insurance. So in my area, guys, I don't have to use, DJ G5, when you say business insurance, do you mean like for like venues to have for you? Or do you mean like for your business as a whole and stuff like that? Because I have day of insurance that I use. I go through a company called, I want to say it's like Canopy or something like that. It's like $60 or $65 or something like that for you to be able to cover yourself for a venue that requires you to have insurance. Oh, covers for business as a whole. Yeah, I have like something through State Farm, but I probably will stop using that because it doesn't cover what I want it to cover, and it doesn't replace like I want it to replace, if that makes any sense. Oh, okay. So yeah, you guys are saying that. Okay, so business insurance. I have joyful sound. Yeah, I have used Canopy for day of service, and State Farm has a business insurance that you can use to be able to cover you in the State Farm is just an option. I looked at a couple. I can't remember that other one. There was another one that I looked at, and I'd end up going with State Farm. Because really, to be honest with you, most of the insurance companies, they don't have a lot of business. They do more home, car, things like that. So you gotta kind of do a deep dive. But State Farm is a recognizable name that you could probably go with if you were looking for business one. And if you just needed venue insurance, I would use Canopy. I use Canopy. I think I've already had, there is one venue here that requires you to have insurance and stuff, and all you got to do is just get day of. You can actually buy it now, even if it's next year. You can buy it now, and it'll only be good for that day. So I'll probably, the wedding that I have in Tennessee next year is requiring insurance and stuff, so I will probably be purchasing that soon, and then just go ahead and send them the information that covers that day. Oh yeah. Well, that's why we ask. That's why we ask. And then other people in the chat, they probably have their insurance that they use for their business. So, that's why we have these conversations. So, we can get it out there. And if there's some stuff that I don't know, I'm sure there's people in the chat that do know. So that's why we do this as a community. I'm just a platform. A day in the life of DJ. That's a long name there, bro. What's happening? All right. Any more questions and stuff? We still got a few minutes before we cut out. Any more questions? How many of you have gigs this weekend? How about that? How many people have gigs this weekend? How many people have 3 or more weddings this month? How many people is this the down month for? Let me know that in the chat. Let's see. Because this month I have 3. So I will be doing 3. I have 3 on my birthday. That's what I got this month. 3 gigs on my birthday. You got a wedding on Tuesday, Matt? Jeez. Now, DJ Solstice. Now, come on now. Come on now. You got 7 weddings this month. But see, that's that Cali life right there. See, guys, I'm going to put this up on the screen. That's that Cali life right there. You live in California or SoCal and stuff like that. This is what type of... This is... This right here, listen, I think that's the wrong way. How do I do it? I don't know. Whatever this is. How about this? This right here is Cali life. Okay? This is Cali life. That just doesn't happen anyplace else but here. But there. You know what I'm saying? 9 in September. See, 9 in September, it seems a little bit high for September, but still, that's that Cali life. Now, 9 in October, that's about right, because October is crazy. And they all you. That's what I'm talking about. DJ Solstice, man, he be hustling and stuff out there, man. You guys, if you don't follow him on IG or YouTube and stuff, man, he's hustling. He's hustling. He is moving. He does a lot of functions and stuff. So if you're in the Southern Cal, if you're watching this and you're from the Southern Cal area, man, you might have to hit this man up to get some work. I know he can't do all of these. You can't be 9 places at once. Some of these people are asking for same day events that he's already booked on. So he's going to need some help. So if you live in the Southern California area, check out DJ Solstice and tell him that you need some work. No, I'm just joking. I'm totally joking. Am I Solstice? Am I joking? Like, do you need that help? You'll take the free ads. Do you think it's okay to pay a referral service for gigs? That's a good question. I don't know. Golly, there's so much free referrals that you can get from just people in venues. I don't see why you would pay a referral service. I just think that you would get in good. Unless you know that brides use that referral service. Now, if you know that they use it, then yeah, it would be worth it for you to go ahead and do it. But it's got to be a large number. Like you gotta see a lot of brides going through that referral service to be able to warrant paying them. Because word of mouth from a venue, that's the easiest way to go. You can be the referred DJ for that venue if you can just get in good just one time. All right, Mr. Yang, been watching your log for a while now. I love your song choice when you're playing at a gig. How do you make your song choices during a gig? I know this is going to sound weird, okay? This is going to sound weird. But it literally comes to me. Like I'm just sitting there, and I know what stuff I'm gonna play, but sometimes I'll just look at the floor, and I'm like, nope, they need this. Nope, it comes to me, need that. Oh, you know what would be good? I'll use this. It literally comes to me while I'm DJing, and that's one of the reasons that I know I wanted to be a DJ, because music would just come to me. Like I can hear another song within a song. I'll be playing a song, and I'm like, you know what? The beat to this song would intertwine with this song, and it's a good dancing song. I should use it. And that's how it happens. Now, of course, I've got my list of music that I definitely am going to play, but I try to play off of those and see what else I can use. Like I said, I'm adding to the repertoire. I'm going to restructure how I categorize my crates and stuff. I'm going to make sure that I'm going to separate. The one thing I don't do is separate my slow songs, and I don't know why I haven't done that for so long, but I'm going to separate my slow songs and put them in a separate folder under that crate day, because those slow songs just kind of take up space, and songs that just are not popping and stuff anymore, I'm going to take them out and stuff as well. But I'm going to create like a just in case or a don't forget folder, and I'm going to throw in some stuff in there that I say at the end of the night. I'm like, oh man, I wish I would have played this. Or, oh, I'm going to create a folder that has those songs in it, so that I can just click on the folder and jump and grab some of those, because it's some good stuff. Joyful Sound Entertainment, filling the crowd. That's all it is. Yeah. And every crowd's different. I have 3 brides this month, and one's country, one's pop, and one's hip hop. So that's going to be 3 different weddings in general. One's outside. Well, yeah, one's outside, 2 inside. One's country, one's pop, and one is hip hop. So he's right. All of them are different, and all of them is just a feeling. All right, I'll take one more question. If I can get one within the next minute or two, I'll take one more question, and then we'll go ahead and let you guys go. Make sure you follow me on Mixcloud. I know I've put that up there before, but follow me on Mixcloud so that you can catch some of my mixes that I'll be putting out hopefully on Sunday. Also follow me on Twitch if you have not had the chance to do so. Once I get it up and running, we'll be moving over there and to Twisted Transitionz, which is the link down below. Give it a sub so that you can see the full show over there. And if you haven't had a chance, IG is where I'm at the most. I have put up a lot of stuff on IG. I've put up new reels. I hope you guys enjoyed the reels that I put up. So, you know, the reels and everything I've been putting up, just trying to use these different things. I don't know if you guys heard, but IG has said that they're not going to put the focus on reels anymore. They're going to go back to the original format and go back to stories, which I loved. Reels can be tough to make and stuff, man. You got to be really creative, and I'm creative, but I can't be creative there, creative on YouTube, creative here, creative there. It's like it's too much. It's like frying my brain. There's a rain delay here. You can go. Rain delay, classic. I wish you came by on Saturday to Columbia. IG the address. Yeah. Life just moves, man. All I can tell you is life just keeps moving. And you know, I told you if I had the chance to be able to do it, I would have. But life just keeps moving. It's just not enough time in the day sometimes. 24 hours is just not enough sometimes. So my apologies for that. I hope the event and everything was fantastic. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I hope you guys enjoy your week. If you're going to DJ Expo, please travel safely. Get up there, have some fun, and enjoy yourself, and definitely link up with new people. Football is back. Check out football. It'll be coming up here pretty soon. and we'll be able to talk football for, maybe 30 minutes after we talk DJ stuff. So that'll be cool. So appreciate you guys as always. You guys are always a blast. I thank you so much for coming and check me out. Check me out next Thursday at 7 p.m. And we're going to keep that thing moving, man. Enjoy your week. Kill your gigs if you got a gig. Solstice, that means you. Enjoy your week and kill your gigs, man. I will talk to you on the next one. And if you don't know, now you know.